The passion flows out through the tip of his paintbrush, the incredible art of Sterling Brown.
I like my work to have some kind of excitement to it, even if it's somebody just standing still. I want it to be exciting.
It excites, it moves, it's authentic, it's art from the heart, the love of his people.
Growing up, I didn't really see African Americans represented well in art. You know, I saw a lot of the figurines. They had the typical bright-eyed, big smile, kind of this, always a racial kind of stereotype. And I wanted to show the beauty in our people.
Beauty he captured in a piece he was commissioned to sculpt based on a painting from fellow artist Brenda Joy Smith. His figurine, titled "Three Men on a Bench," looks like family.
Ever since he could hold a pencil in his hand, because he was always drawing on a pad or drawing on the wall.
Sterling, the youngest of 7 brothers growing up in New Jersey, would be considered a child prodigy now. Back then, his mother couldn't keep him from drawing on everything.
Well, the funniest story when he drew on the back of my couch with a permanent marker. It's funny now, but it wasn't funny then.
The creative child who would use silly putty to mold anything or draw from memory.
I said, Sterling, it better not be on the wall. He said, Mommy, it's not. So I said, show me. And when I got up out of my seat, he went crawling behind the couch. Mind you, I just got the couch. I only had the couch a week. So I said, you draw on the wall behind the couch? He said, no. So he said, right here. Then I pulled the middle of the section out, the section that I had purchased. He had drawn a Santa Claus on the middle piece on the back of the chair with a permanent marker.
The precocious boy with the marker probably could have used some prayer. Fast forward years later, the Blessed Virgin Mary along with baby Jesus, sculpted by Sterling Brown, one of his public art pieces. Again, he shows the love of his people. Commissioned by the Archdiocese of Newark, this statue is at the altar of Blessed Sacrament St. Charles Borromeo Church in Newark. Certainly rare to see Mary and Jesus depicted this way.
The new parishioners coming in are in awe. They love the statue. They've never seen anything like it before, and they are quite overwhelmed with it. If you see the color, it makes you feel more like she's your mother. And then she is your mother, and she always was my mother. It's just that it took this visualization to make me realize that.
Many in Harlem came to know his work through his iconic piece, Spiritual Nap.
But when I was on 125th Street and I saw how Harlem embraced my work, it was a little different. It's a little different. It says something about the spirit of Harlem, you know, embracing you. It's like, that's it. That's it. You know you've made it.
Well, Spiritual Nap probably was the first hit that Sterling had. It is what put his name out.
Mahmoud Mavrouk runs H&M Art and Home Decor on 125th Street. Sterling Brown's Spiritual Nap is one of the best sellers in Mahmoud's Harlem store.
Sterling is one unique artist that does not do the artwork with money in his mind. He paints what he likes. So eventually when he did this and he came to me, I said, well, you hit the jackpot. And he said, you think I should print it? I said, definitely you should print it. So he printed it, and he also told me about his second plan, which is this here, the male version.
I find a lot of African American women are readers, and a lot of them read before they go to bed. If they read the Bible, it's a soothing thing before they go to sleep. It's almost like they pray and read the Bible and call it a day. And I said, I wonder if I could capture that moment.
The moment captured. Although there seems to be a religious theme in many of his pieces, there is another sexier side to his work.
You're certainly known for Spiritual Nap, for sure, but you're also known for your creations of women in a lot of your paintings.
I knew this
and
question
people
was coming.
always know you by that.
Yeah.
He creates the full woman. His Looking Good series, a fan favorite.
I grew up in a neighborhood where Women, that's what they look. That's what women I grew up with. That's how women look. I'm always asked by African American women. They're like, finally, you know, somebody's doing something to represent us. Because I started doing that 15 years ago, and now everybody's, you know, they're getting artificial gluteus maximus. They're getting, you know, their jeans to fit for everything's about the butt. I guess that's what the job of an artist is. We're supposed to have a vision.
His vision has been tapped to illustrate everything from children's books to the cover of those steamy Harlequin romance covers. Sterling even spent time a few years ago working for Macy's in their design studio, creating floats for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
There was no African Americans there when I was there. It's just me. So that was kind of interesting.
His art reflects our time, African Americans still forced to break through.
Today is a dark day, and you see Barack Obama coming through with the light from the sky, and it's a brighter day because of what Martin Luther King did. So that was my interpretation of Barack Obama busting through the civil rights movement.
Still so much to do, so many places that need some light.
Sterling, listening to what was advised by the mayor's advisors, came up with part of the concept of our neighborhood. We had a meeting with the community, and that's what came up out of his head based on what they told him that they wanted to see.
And the reaction from the people who live around here?
They're very excited.
Just this past summer, Sterling created this 34 by 40-foot mural for Newark.
Well, it's a 4-story mural, and it's full of color, and it has people depicted in the mural that look like people in the community. So I think that's different. Sometimes when people think of art, they don't think of themselves.
While I was installing the piece, I could see the community, the kids, you know, they were very excited about it. I saw a lot of pride in the community when my mural was going up.
One of his greatest honors came from one of America's greatest tragedies. He was commissioned to create what is believed to be the only statue in America dedicated to the African American firefighters who lost their lives during 9/11.
Yeah, that was a 7-foot bronze that was done for the Vulcan Society. They're a African American firefighters organization.
The statue of a firefighter holding his helmet looking to the sky on top of the Twin Towers is powerful and stands in front of the group's Brooklyn headquarters. Right now, he is working on a life-size statue of rapper Biggie Smalls. The Notorious B.I.G. starts as this small clay figure called a maquette before Sterling brings it to life-size. His public art moves from outdoors in. Commercial and residential building lobby design is also part of his portfolio.
I think the owners of the building asked me, do you know anybody who can do something to jazz up the place? So I said, I think I know somebody. So then I asked Sterling, and it was like a godsend. He definitely turned around the image of the building. You know, we wanted a New York culturally impacted building, you know, that just basically stood out amongst all the other buildings here in East Orange. And I think we accomplished that. Every time somebody comes in the building, we have some pieces here, you know, the golden cockatoos. These basically are a great, you know, point of talk and amongst the residents and amongst people who come in. So, you know, it was great. Definitely, you know, he definitely came through for us, and I couldn't thank him enough.
Painter, sculptor, illustrator. It is so rare to find all in just one artist. Yet Sterling Brown perfects them all in a style that's uniquely his own.
Oh, did I mention he does portraits too?
That's where I want somebody to look at my work and just remember it.